Yeah, we need to, and you definitely need to learn his Korean name. Best against the best, that would be the worst nightmare ever. But the game has started already. We are on Daybreak. Into the bottom left of the map in red, we have...
No ID for this one. And I...
What do they mean with no ID?
I don't know, man. I guess we have to guess who they're... Nah, they're there.
They're
Same colors.
Okay, same colors. They were like, yeah, we don't have the IDs. And I'm like, it's Protoss versus Protoss. How am I supposed to know who's who? Yeah, top right we have Choya. Bottom left we have Best.
There was a... I don't remember if it was Choya or Oz. There was a PvP I cast in the Code 8 qualifiers where we were told the Protoss names incorrectly. And it was tied 1-1. And there was an insane comeback from one of the players. And I think I was casting this as Mole Trap at the time. And he and I thought it was either Oz or Choya or whoever it was. And he was favored by the fans at the time as well. So it was really exciting to see him make this comeback. And then after we like screamed GG qualifies and everything else, we look over and see the player we thought it was just like look so down. I'm like, oh, he is just trying to accept what has happened here. He's made in Code 8. Then John runs over. He's like, you guys are wrong, wrong names. I'm like, I never felt more embarrassed like in my life.
Oh, well, we have to see if Best is able to force a third map out of this opponent. Choya is starting to the top right, as mentioned, with a 4-gate that he used on the last map.
Going for a faster core again, just slightly this time, though.
I actually don't know how much Choya practices these days, because I don't really think that he's practicing a lot, to tell you the truth. We haven't seen him, I mean, since the last Code 8 qualifier.
He definitely plays a lot, not as much as a player, not even half as much. Probably plays about as much as a foreign player does.
Yeah, he takes his responsibilities as a manager and as the leader of the team a lot more serious these days. He's just growing into this role, which we can see every single time they are on a GSTL. So I'm not quite sure how well he actually plays at this
He thinks it's important to be on top of his game and to know what it's like. You know,
of course, but still, I mean, we haven't seen him in the GSTL. He doesn't put himself into the roster anymore. So he's completely retreated from the Team League, at least in this season. And therefore, I don't know what his current level is actually.
Oh, he's trying to pull a fast one here, though. And Best, I'm pretty sure Best saw that. You know, you're right. But I think it's cool to see players like Choya, who are managers and coaches, playing, because now he knows what it's like to be at a qualifier.
No. You get me wrong. I'm just trying to figure out what level Best is at.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, we know Choya, he is sometimes a little bit gimmicky, sometimes he plays like really great games. He made it into Code A several times, and he won a lot of very good matches against strong opponents in the GSTL as well. But I haven't seen him play in a few weeks now. And I don't know what level he's at. Now he's playing against Best, one of the Brood War players that are just transitioning. And I'm just trying to figure out what level Best is really at.
Well, I've seen him beat a lot of Protosses and Protoss versus Protoss already in his StarCraft 2 career. And he's looked really, really good. One of the best players to switch so far, I would say, in my experience. Last game is not really indicative of his skill. I mean, it was, I don't want to say a build or a loss, but it basically was. He could have done things a little bit differently, but in the end, he's up against Choya, who's going to fast expand here. And the difference that we're going to have is a faster tech for Best. And he's going to have to figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to expand himself and try to get ahead in Colossi count to defend his expansion against a possible attack from Choya on 2 bases? Or is he going to do what he's doing now? What he's known for is Colossus play. Probably with this, with the 4 gateways going up, we may see just one Colossus. The one Colossus 4-gate push is really popular. You know, the person I've heard complain about this the most actually is Slog, who is still training a little bit at the Gom House. You know, he's not like a full-time pro gamer or anything like that, but he's training, plays Protoss versus Protoss a lot. And this is the scariest push to deal with, I think, when you try to go for this fast expand without Robo.
The expansion is now coming up for Choya. Nearly done. At the same time now, both of them adding additional gateways, and Choya has chosen the same path as his opponent. He's going for robotics. Is of course a little bit slower with everything that he does. The harvest account is going to be important. If Choya commits too much to his economy now, he won't have the units nor the income in order to make sure that he's holding off this push. There we have another pylon, forward pylon already spotted by Choya, who is on the move, trying to take down the probe. And make sure that his opponent is just not able to get into a good position and loses some time. His harvester count is 32-24, therefore Choya already had economy, especially with the saturation at the natural. And he just needs to get some unity in the game now.
Did you see how scary the stalker was for Best just then? That one stalker chased those two stalkers away, man. But he didn't know what was behind him. And jokes aside, this is actually really cool because Best tried to sacrifice one of his stalkers to get this power up because he knows he needs it. He is going for that one Colossus with 4 gateways push. Sometimes people wait for 2 Colossi with range, but this is actually the fastest attack you can make with Colossi in PvP. This kills many a Protoss, but Choya does have his first Immortal out, and he's got a lot of sentries. He's going to need those to buy time.
The problem is that with the sentries, of course, against the Colossi, he won't be able to do too much. He can't block the ramp, which is what you usually try to attempt, but the Colossi as a massive unit is just crushing through the force field. So he needs more Immortals now, and it's not going to be easy for him to hold this off. He's going to try, though. And here we go. Immediately the Guardian Shield's used. He tries the force field, immediately dissolved by the Colossi. And here we go. I don't know, Best in a good position to take down the Immortal, exactly.
The Immortal falls very quickly, and the Colossus just continuing to do damage. More Stalker Warpins for Choya, but it's not looking good.
No, it isn't. There's also another Immortal in the composition of Best, and he is doing damage here. And here comes the Immortal trying to get rid of the Colossus. This is too late. The Best is just taking him down here.
Well, if he can get another round of Warpins near the Colossus, maybe he can get the Colossus down, but it just looks like it's too much.
It's too late. It's too late. He doesn't have anything anymore. He's down to 4 Stalkers, and against Immortal and Colossus, it's just impossible to pull this off.
Pro pull here. He's trapped on the outside. GG.
Choya leaves the game, and Best is able to tie things up.
Yep, ties things up 1-1. PvP. Quite the cutthroat matchup as we saw in our first 2 games here. There is the Best. I was expecting a Colossus ceremony. You can see the IM coach in the back. A little bit creepy.
There's Choya.
There he is. Oh, Choya, we got you. Choya with the nose pick.
Sniped.
Cameraman is on top of Choya, man.
That's a gift in the making. I have to send him the picture. Oh man, beautiful. Well, Choya unimpressed. And let's see what he's going to do on the next map.
Yeah, let's see, indeed.
작정하고 있었던 상대를 너무 간과하고 말았고 그러다 보니까 도적 선수가 잘 모아서 한번 꽝 들이대니까 거신으로 역장 맞는 이 플레이가 진짜 세거든요.
I don't know what we're gonna see.
잘 맞아 떨어져.
I don't know what the map is either. If it was on screen, I wasn't paying attention. Or it's about to be on screen again, I think.
Yeah, the game is going to start pretty soon. Yeah, it's of course the third one, and we have Cloud Kingdom as the map.
Okay. So the answer to our questions has been given. The Cloud Kingdom for PvP has some Blink Stalker areas that can be used. There it is. Up on screen there. This is going to be the round of 8, by the way, so whoever wins this moves on to the round of 4, the semifinals.
A map where we see a lot of Blink Stalker play.
Yeah. We'll see what is going to be the strategy of choice. Neither of them going fast Twilight Tech just yet in this PvP. Here we go.